Good, good. Thank you for having me.
Jackie, you are only on your second bout one championship, and now you have the opportunity to showcase your skills on prime time in the United States. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, I'm super stoked about it. Being born and raised in the US and having friends and family being able to see me on primetime TV, it's a really cool thing to happen.
You also had a lot of support from the Filipino fans. Tell us about that. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. Like I said, I was born and raised in the US, so the fact that I have like a whole nation of the Philippines rocking behind me, it's an incredible feeling. Definitely adds on to my confidence as a person, as a fighter.
Jackie, we got some questions from media all over the world. I'm going to read them out. Our first question goes to Leon Jennings of Asian Persuasion MMA. Leon, please go ahead.
Hey Jackie, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Obviously, you and Janet Todd very close. You've been helping each other in fight camps the last few years. I guess she's been especially helpful this time, having fought Katarina previously.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she shared her 2 cents with what she remembers from their previous fight. But besides that, it's just, giving me the quality work day in and day out.
Cool, and obviously you're flying the Muay Thai flag on this card. We've had some amazing Muay Thai bouts in the one on TNT series. How proud are you to be representing the Muay Thai community on this stacked card?
Oh, super proud. I actually didn't even know until a couple days ago that we were the only Muay Thai bout on the card. So really exciting for me.
Cool, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next question goes to Conan Altatis of Conan Daily. Conan, please go ahead with your question.
So yeah, you mentioned about getting advice from Janet. So how do you describe Ekaterina's fighting style?
I've only seen or I've only watched her previous fight with Janet, and I mentioned that, she will sometimes stay stagnant and she likes to throw her left kick and her right hand a lot. But besides that, those are the only two things I kind of noticed, really. Just being able to kind of use the same weapons, use my footwork, my speed. I think that'll be the greater factor in this fight.
All right. Jackie, please tell us about the things that you worked on during your training after you received the announcement that you were going to fight Ekaterina.
I'm sorry, you said the things we worked on?
Yes, during your training, after you received the announcement that you will fight Ekaterina.
Yeah, so we incorporated a couple, new stuff, but you'll probably have to figure that out on fight night. Right. But pretty much the same idea, using my footwork, my speed, pretty much everything that I do.
Okay, just last one. What are the things that you, aside from fighting, what are the other things that you love to do?
Oh man, there's a bunch, but I'd definitely say just, I can be a homebody. So just relaxing at home, my dog, my boyfriend, even friends. I love to cook, pre-COVID. I love going out to concerts and shows. So as of right now, just really spending time at home with friends and family.
Okay. I'm from the Philippines, by the way. So message to the Filipino fans, please.
Mahal kita, all my Filipino fans. Thank you for the support.
All right. Good luck, Jackie. Thank you.
Thank you.
This next question goes to My MMA News, Dylan Bowker with this question. Dylan Bowker, please go ahead.
Hey there, Jackie. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. I was kind of just wondering because, it seems like the Muay Thai has been well received with the 4-ounce gloves so far. Have you been kind of checking out the bouts so far from kind of like a fandom sort of perspective? And if so, which kind of fights have caught your eye in that regard?
In terms of the Muay Thai bouts here at one?
Yeah.
I just heard that Jonathan Haggerty, he was supposed to be on the same card as me, and I was really looking forward to that card. But that's probably the most recent one I had my eyes on.
Yeah, I was actually noticing that too there, but it looks like you're getting back out there within a couple months of your, debut outing against Wondergirl Fairtex. I'm kind of wondering what your ideal strength of schedule going forward this year is. Like, is there a certain amount of bouts you're targeting?
I don't have like a certain number in my head, but I'd love to stay active as possible, coming off of like a before I fought Wondergirl, I had like a 1.5 year hiatus due to a canceled fight and, of course, COVID. So the more active, the better.
For sure. Thanks for the time, Jackie, and looking forward to this fight here.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Chris Mancuso of Tops Off Sports. Chris Mancuso, please proceed. Chris, can you hear us? All right, I want to move on to the next one. Next question is from Kevin Estrada of Burn Sports Philippines. Kevin Estrada, please go ahead.
You lost him too, I think.
Lost him too. Well, I'm going to go with a question then. Is there any other fight on this card that you're excited and you're looking forward to watching?
Definitely Ang La, the main event. That's always going to be exciting to watch.
How's training with Janet Todd been to you?
You know, we've been training together for a while. I'm always grateful to have her, you know, next to me on my side as teammates too. You know, the saying iron sharpens iron. We learn from each other, and she definitely pushes me to get to a higher level each and every time.
We got Kevin made it back. We want to go to Kevin Estrada from Burn Sports Philippines. Kevin Estrada, please go ahead with your question. Kevin, can you hear us? Well, want to move on again. Let's go to MMA Taba.
Hi.
Hi, cut off a bit.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, is it better now? Can you hear me?
Better now, yes. Please go ahead.
Sorry. Just want to ask, what are the physical and mental sacrifices that you had to make each time you enter into camp for a fight?
Oh man, you know, I feel like there's a whole lot. Physical being the obvious, you know, you're putting your body through the paces day in and day out. But you know, the longer you do this, the more you kind of get smart and realize how important recovery is. In terms of the mental aspect, there's a whole lot. You know, everyone deals with different things. You know, common ones for me will just be self-doubt, but I'm very quick to snap out of that stuff with visualization and just a lot of positive self-talk.
Cool. Thanks, Jackie. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Our next question will go to Nick Atkin of South China Morning Post. Nick, please go ahead.
Hey, Jackie. Thanks for taking time to answer my questions. Just wanted to ask, what have you found the reaction like since you made your debut with One and that brilliant victory over Wondergirl? Have you found your popularity just kind of doubling, tripling?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just been showing love and support and all positive vibes coming my way. So nothing but a good reaction after my debut. And I'm really grateful for all the support and love people have been showing me.
And how do you rank Katarina now in terms of, do you think this is going to be a more difficult challenge than Wondergirl? Or, you know, what do you think about the matchup?
I think it'd be a good matchup. I know she's coming ready to fight after her last bout. And I know she's just as hungry as I am with the same goals coming into one championship. So I don't really underestimate any opponent. So I think it's going to be a good fight regardless. We're both hungry for it.
And I suppose you were sort of the underdog the first time against Wondergirl, but now maybe you're the favorite here. Do you pay any attention to that? Do you enjoy being the underdog? Does that go in your favor?
In the last fight, it kind of took a lot of pressure off, you know, being underdog. This time around, it's not, I mean, the pressure's kind of off just because I think having such a quick turnaround, I'm kind of just in that mode again. I don't really have a lot to think about. A lot of the nerves kind of shut off. But yeah, I mean, it works in my favor, I guess.
And have you had any dialogue with One about potential title? Are they going to create one for this division? It seems to be up in the air at the moment. And yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, the strawweight division's still very new. There's no title holder yet, and there's been no word about it yet, but I made it clear coming into one championship that is my goal, to get the Muay Thai title, and later down the road, hopefully the kickboxing title too.
Okay, thanks very much, Jackie, and good luck for the fight.
Thank you.
Our next question goes to Jackson Garst of Phantom Sports Network. Jackson Garst, please proceed with your question.
Hey, Jackie, hope you're doing well. Just going off what you just said about your kickboxing, how do you think that's going to lead into this Muay Thai bout that you have? How are you feeling with your kickboxing going into this fight?
I haven't had a kickboxing fight ever. I've helped Janet, my training partner, train for some of her kickboxing bouts, so I'm familiar with the different rule set. I think as a fighter, I'm very diverse. I'm able to make adjustments. So as of right now, I feel like if they want to put me in a kickboxing fight, I'll be ready, but I got to get through Wednesday first.
Right. And for all the West Coast fans that are really catching on to you, and of course being on TNT, they're going to get to notice you even more. If you were going to compare yourself to any other fighter that a West Coast person might know a little more, who would you compare yourself to?
I don't think I can compare myself to anyone. They'll just have to look me up, and I'm just Jackie.
That's an awesome answer. And then just finally, also kind of talking about the West, this kind of powerhouse of Boxing Works is coming out. Can you talk about kind of the small rivalry that's going on with the Fairtex Academy? We know that Jackie's seen some fights with them, and of course you have with Wondergirl. Can you just talk about the little rivalry that's been developing?
I guess I'd call it like a friendly rivalry. There's no bad blood or anything like that. We're, show equal respect to each other as gyms and athletes. So it's a friendly rivalry, definitely.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good bout.
Thank you.
Jackie, we have a question here from Kevin Estrada. I'm going to read it out to you. He wants to know if you and your family would like to plan to visit the Philippines should the pandemic end.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I was born and raised in the U.S. I've never been to the Philippines. So when I am able to go there, I'd love to go with my family, my mom, my sisters, my father, and hopefully it'll be a time where one's able to host a fight in Manila. I think that'd be really cool.
This is a follow-up question from Kevin Estrada. You've been from an underdog beating an obvious favorite on your debut to now a slight favorite heading into your next bout. How do you cope with some pressure right now to deliver a result? Most especially because it's primetime TV in the U.S.
Yeah, so I definitely felt some of that pressure coming into this fight, but I just remind myself at the end of the day is to remain present and calm. And regardless, when I go back home, my friends and family are still going to love me no matter what. So just remembering that definitely helps take the pressure off.
Thank you for that. We're going to go to this next question from Ivan Stewart of Dugout Philippines. Ivan Stewart, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, Jackie. All right. So my first question is, since you beat Nat or Wondergirl before, and we all know Nat or Wondergirl being one of the players being pegged for a world title pick in a world title picture, if ever you beat Katarina on first day, do you see yourself going for that world title very soon?
Yeah, I definitely see myself being, a contender for the title shot after Wednesday if I beat Katarina.
All right, thank you. On a lighter note, aside from mahal kita, have you learned some other Tagalog words during your...
Konti lang, very little. My Tagalog is not good, but I could understand it very little.
All right. Salamat. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jackie, we got a question here from Rob Bellin of Fight Game Asia. What does your family think of the career you're building now? Do they feel like you've made the right choice? And do you have their support?
Yeah, they have, they've been supporting me throughout the whole thing. And when I was probably in my second year of college, that's kind of when I realized, like, I don't want to be in school right now. I want to pursue fighting. And of course, they just want the best for me. So they were kind of worried just because it's not a route that's typically chosen, especially I feel like in the Asian family. But they have my full support and they understand that I could be very successful with this just from the dedication and passion I have behind it.
This is also from Rob Bellin. Obviously, your one championship debut was amazing. After watching back tape of your last fight, in what areas have you now improved?
I think having the ability to pretty much finish off certain combinations with kicks, even knees. So like I knew I was heavy, I was heavy with my hands the last fight. And I realized a lot of the interactions where I threw those hands, I could have finished with some kicks. So I'll definitely be working that in Wednesday night.
Cool. We're going to move into some rapid fire questions. So whatever comes to your mind, just answer, right?
Okay.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Flying.
Favorite country you've been to?
Favorite country I've been to? Probably Italy.
What's your favorite food?
Pasta.
Who has the best fight style in one championship?
There's so many Nongo.
Well, this one. Who has the nicest smile in one championship?
Janet Todd.
What's the one item you cannot live without?
One item cannot live without. Probably my body pillow.
What compliment do people give you the most?
You're so, I'd say you're so tan. I get that a lot. I guess that's a compliment.
Okay, one last one. Who is the nicest one championship athlete you've ever met?
It's only my second time around, but I just met La yesterday and he's super, super nice.
He's one of the nicest guys we've ever met.
Yeah.
That's it from us, Jackie. All the best. See you soon.
Thank you for having me.